There we go. And good afternoon. This is Margaret and Sheila from Three Sisters Knit. This is our podcast number 1. So we're just trying it out. We're feeling a little strange talking to our iPad to see how it goes. But
we've been really inspired by so many other knitters who do podcasts, particularly Christina and Amanda
of Die Another Day. Yeah.
Because we know them personally. So to watch them and see how much fun they're having, we just thought, well, this is something that we really want to try. And then when we saw the Grocery Girls, who are 2 sisters, and just their interaction, and Sheila kept saying to me, they remind me of us. They remind me of us. We should do this. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we are going to give it a try. So here we are giving it a try. And we hope that someone out there stumbles upon us and sees what we're all about and enjoys it as much as we think we are going to enjoy doing a podcast.
At least we're hoping. We're hoping.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yes, we are Three Sisters Knit. Yes, there's only 2 of us. The reason behind that is our younger sister, who is in sort of a little bit of a muse and
definitely a muse and inspiration for
the 2 of us, passed away about 2.5 years ago from breast cancer, and as our mother did like 12 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, that's the reason it's Three Sisters Knit.
But there are only 2 of us here. But we like to think that
she's
with us in spirit. Sheila actually taught Irene how to knit when she was going through chemo, her rounds of chemo, with her first diagnosis of breast cancer.
Yeah, she didn't learn our mother. She never learned when our mother was teaching us how to do it.
Yeah.
So I taught her how to knit and crochet. She actually preferred to crochet.
Yeah.
She was a very, very tight knitter. She seemed to struggle so hard with the knitting because her stitches were so tight on the needles. She just could not loosen her grip on them. So she found actually crocheting much better.
Yes.
So we used to, she always used to say, can you help me here? It was like, oh my God, Irene, what the hell are you doing? I couldn't barely get the needle in.
The needle to fix the stitches was really difficult. Yeah. Anyway, it's a funny memory.
Yeah.
But you can find us on Instagram and on Pinterest. We're Three Sisters Knit there in both places.
And we have an Etsy shop, Three Sisters Knit.
And you'll see that both of us are listed there as co-owners and knitters, but we also have Irene listed as our muse. So there's a little photo of her there. You can see what she was looked like. It's sort of in her towards the end of her life. It's a nice picture of her. Yeah, so here we are, moving on to something new as part of Three Sisters Knit. So it's actually really exciting.
It was huge because we both were going through a huge transition just before she had this final diagnosis, and so it was just like what happened. It just couldn't have come at a better time in our lives, because once she got the palliative diagnosis, then we were at the hospital with her every day, and we were knitting and talking and laughing, and Irene just kept saying, you're knitting so much stuff. What are you going to do? You should sell your stuff. You should sell your stuff. And I was like,
because we both we knit for the love of it. I actually hadn't knit for quite a number of years. When I first learned, I was really addicted and did a lot of knitting, and I knit for my husband, and I knit for myself, and I knit something for your oldest son.
Farrell sweaters when my oldest was like a year.
A toddler, So
with a hat.
With a little matching hat and everything.
And then she made matching sweaters for me and my husband.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was really into knitting. And in fact, I remember at the time a couple of other women that I worked with also learned to knit. And we started a little knitting circle. And about once a week, we would bring things in and we would knit at lunchtime. And it was fun. Somehow, I think just work got too involved. But regardless, it's something that you can do. If you learn how to do it, you can certainly come back to it later when you do have time. And that's what we've done. And as Sheila was saying, we were in a place where we could actually spend a lot of time with Irene. And so we knit as well. And it just became a terrible situation. The knitting really helped, I think, all of us.
Yes.
And so we started our shop. And we've sort of been progressing and learning about different yarns and learning new stitches. And
yes.
So we wanted to talk to you all about our journey so far. And then as we continue to podcast, we'll be talking about what we're learning, what we're doing as we continue on. So, so it's going to be interesting, fun journey, I think.
Yeah. So we're just seeing how it goes. We'll just see. So anyways, yes, I can be found on, we don't have a Three Sisters knit Ravelry set up yet.
Right now.
But we will do that as we notice a lot of podcasters have their own Ravelry where they put in show notes and things like that. But on Ravelry myself, I am Shishi62. And I don't have a personal Instagram account. I only have our Three Sisters Knit Instagram account, but Margaret does have her own Instagram, which is Magpie60. And aren't you that on Ravelry as well?
I'm also that on Ravelry, and I'm on Twitter, which I don't really use Twitter so much. But the Magpie60 on Ravelry, you can see any projects that I've done in the past, as well as my stash, that sort of thing. I'm not quite as good as keeping that up to date, but it's pretty current, I would say.
Yeah, mine's mostly current. I've got a few things that I could probably add.
Yeah, me too. We can get to that in a little bit. We'll explain why we could add to that.
Yes, we can always add to that.
Yeah. Now, my Magpie 61, so I also have, in the past year, I became certified registered yoga teacher, RYT 200, and I've only taught a handful of classes, but it is something else that I want to pursue. And interestingly, I'm going to keep my Magpie 60 account mostly for yoga and kind of personal and thoughtful things. So if you're interested in that, then great. I'd love for you to check me out. I don't go on there as much, but I'm on Three Sisters Knit.
She sometimes posted on both once in a while. Yeah. Some of her stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's enough about us. If you have any questions, you can ask us personally on our individual Ravelry accounts if you'd like, for now, until we get our other ones set up. But really, right now, one of the things I was saying, like, who do we watch on Instagram? So obviously, we watch Amanda and Christina Die Another Day. As in, how could we not watch them? They're like, it's been fun watching them through the knit night,
because we know them personally. So it's really fun seeing, I mean, what you see with them, that's how they are. That's in person.
Pretty much how they are.
Anyway, they're so much fun, and they're so incredibly talented,
and they're so inspiring, even to us. Us old birds here.
So, I mean, they're both of them just well, if you follow them, you know how incredibly talented they are.
Oh yes, just amazingly talented.
You know, Amanda and another woman in our
Jen?
Jen.
Oh, yarn therapist.
Yarn therapist.
Yes.
She is also another very talented dyer. And they did a little, for our knitting circle, they actually did a dye class, learn to dye. And so it was just, we each got a skein that we could play with, and it was just so much fun.
Really enjoyed it. This was another class that Amanda did. This one,
I couldn't go to that one.
She couldn't go. I dyed the yarn for this one, and this is nice because there's like 10% cashmere in it, so it's mostly merino, but a little bit of cashmere. And this is a DK weight. This is the spiral staircase scarf.
Yes. Now
really nice. I don't like my neck being cold.
Yes.
So that's why.
Oh, I always have a little bit of something. Name. I don't know who wrote it, unfortunately.
Petch. Isn't it somebody Petch?
That's the picture. You've seen Sheila's. Yeah. So it is called the Spiral Staircase Shawl.
I consider it more of a scarf than a shawl, but I think it's by Lisa Petch or something like that. Yeah. So I think that's her name.
And
but we'll look that up.
Yeah. But it's really nice. So that was the result. And if you go to our shop, you can actually see a couple of items that Sheila dyed. She knit them up right away, and they've been made into...
I've done 3 that are on my Ravelry. There's the Sunray shawl.
Yes.
And it's the lavender.
The lavender one. She dyed that one.
And then there was the Raina shawl, which is the yellow one.
Yellow with really cool speckles.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, of course, the
ombre cowl with the button cowl.
That's so beautiful. I have a thing for ombre. It's something I would really love to learn. I
so wanted to do it. Amanda helped me so much, and I really, really appreciated that much because it turned out so nice. It's so nice.
It's so beautiful, and I think the cool thing is when you have, especially if you've dyed it yourself, but even if not, if you have a really cool yarn, and you just look for the perfect pattern that's going to show that yarn off. I mean, if it's a really plain yarn, you can just, you can do a really funky, fancy lacy. She likes to do lacy patterns. But something with a little bit more texture, or something that you might want to do something that's more like this is just garter stitch.
Yeah,
and a little bit of fancy on
knits
the edge.
Up. Yeah, just the edging is nice, and the final edge, it adds a little bit of eyelet. On it.
Yeah, and you can see it's just this beautiful, subtle blues and grays. There's a touch of teal. It's just beautiful.
Really enjoyed that.
So you just really show off the real pretty accents in the colors that you dyed. So it's really nice.
Yeah, and if you have a really funky yarn, sometimes the simplest pattern is the best, because you want the yarn to make the statement.
Yes. Yeah.
So. But anyways, who else do we watch? So we watched Die Another Day. We also watch Sticks Plus Twine, Eric.
Yes.
Yes, and we got to go to his movie night a couple weeks ago. It was so much fun. The people that we met there were amazing knitters.
Yeah. We knew Amanda, Christina, and Jen. So that's Yarn Enabler, the Cozy Knitter, and Yarn Therapist.
Yeah.
So we knew them, and then we met Ramona.
Yep.
And I'm trying to remember some of the other girls that we met.
There was the one, Pearl Island.
Yes.
On Instagram.
Yes.
Paradise Island.
Paradise Island. Yeah. Yep. She was really nice too.
Yes.
And just meeting Eric in person, that was really awesome.
And we got to meet some new people.
Yes, and they're following us, and now we have some really inspiring people to follow as well, who do beautiful, beautiful knitting.
Yeah, so many people inspire us. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, we watch Jody and Tracy of the Grocery Girls. We have to watch them.
They're
the
just
sisters.
So much fun.
They're very good. Yeah. But I also, Margaret doesn't watch as many as I do. I watch a lot of them.
Those are the 3 that I really make sure that I watch.
But I watch Legacy Knits with Sue and Chelsea.
Yeah, I've seen a few of theirs. They're fun to watch as well.
And I started watching The Crafty Toad. The 2 sisters on The Crafty Toad.
I watched one the other day just because you had told me about it. And I thought, another one with sisters. I have to watch that.
I quite enjoy watching them.
Yeah, they're fun.
And there's the other ones, the Periscoping Sisters.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
There's the 2 sisters, and one lives in Atlanta, and the other one lives out in California somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And so they do it. It's like a split screen, and they're quite funny.
Fun.
Yes,
that's
and
fun.
they dedicate a lot of their stuff. They've just done their. They've just put out Debbie Reese is the one sister, and she just did the one shawl for her after her sister. That they had a sister that also passed away.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it was so they did do a lot of stuff dedicated to their sister as well. Okay. So that sort of makes us feel like we have some sort of a tie in a way because of that. But so it was really cool. So those are the ones that I've watched quite a few other ones from Scotland, and Yeah, just
There's
there's
a
so
lot of
many.
them.
I like the list can just go on
Yes.
and on and on.
Because every time, Sheila said to me, every time somebody mentions another podcast,
I write it down
and
and
check it
start
out.
to watch.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. I actually tend to listen to a lot of audio podcasts.
Yes.
You know, anyway, there are a lot that I listen to that it's easier for me to listen to an audio one where I don't have to watch anything because I just listen to it on my phone, and I carry my phone around. If I'm doing the dishes, I'll put something on, or if I'm you know, cleaning up or something, it's just easier for me to just carry my phone around and listen to that. And I tried clearing away a lot of my audio podcasts because I thought, oh, I'm not listening to them, and they're just sort of building up and have taken up space on my phone. But I just added a new one today, so I'm hoping I can stay on top of that one.
I know.
It's just there aren't enough hours in the day to do everything.
No,
that
you're trying to get this in, trying to do that, trying to take care of your
and-
house as well as do all of this other stuff. And, oh yeah, just too much stuff. But anyway, so those are the basic ones that we're watching. Also, so right now, what are we doing? The projects we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I have a friend.
First.
I have a friend. I've got tons of projects, but I'm only going to show you one.
Sheila tends to work on several projects.
She's more of a monogamous knitter, not me. I work like 6 things at a time.
Yeah, so I'm going to have one of these little. Sheila just gave me one of these. It's like a little. I thought it was like a chocolate raisin or a chocolate nut. No. It is. What did you say?
Called. It's maple brown sugar.
Covered in chocolate.
And
talk about a sugar rush.
It's like
gosh,
fudge.
it's like
eating fudge.
Fudge covered in chocolate.
It's the PC Black Label brand, and they're just absolutely delicious. My friend is having her granddaughter is having a child, and so this will be her 3rd great grandchild. So she's asked me to make the coat, the hat, and the booties. So, and they know it's a girl, so I'm doing the lace part in pink, and the rest of it will be done in the white. So I'm working on the bonnet right now. There's the edging for the bonnet.
Oh, see, that's so nice. Sheila really loves working in lace. She does a lot of lace work and shawls and things like that.
Yeah.
I
like doing baby stuff. Actually knits up fairly quick.
Yeah. I've only done a couple of baby things, and it is nice because they do knit up quick. But
yes.
I'm not in a stage right now where there are babies in my life, so I don't really have to think
I don't have any babies in my life right now. Though that wouldn't be too bad. I have 2 sons that are married and one that's not, but he still lives here with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
so
he's in a long-term relationship.
Yep. So I always say, they know I'd like to be a grandma. Maybe yesterday, but it's their timetable, not mine.
Yeah. So, and I don't have kids.
As hard as that can be sometimes.
So I don't have children, so I don't have to worry about grandchildren either. So,
no.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah. She just gets to be an awesome auntie.
Aunt, and
eventually
I'll be a great aunt.
Yep.
So what am I working on right now? Actually, I'm working on, I really like that shawl that Sheila is making. So what I decided I found this yarn. Now it's Sunseeker. Cascade Sunseeker.
It's backwards,
no, it shows backwards, but I think it's right way when they see it.
I hope so.
It doesn't actually have a color name, but it's color 102. But what I like is it's very denim-y. And if any of you if you follow Vicky Howell on Facebook, she does Ask Me Monday live Facebook things, 10 or 15 minutes. I think it was last week or the week before, she said that she had been away at the TNNA, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, some sort of fiber festival.
Yeah.
And she was saying that they had a fashion show there, which I really always like fashion stuff. I like Vogue and Glamour magazine, and
if you check out our Pinterest, you'll see she's got a whole bunch of fashion
stuff. I do like fashion, always have. So, and she said, it was a long fashion show, and I'm thinking, wow, probably like tons of knitwear, dresses, sweaters, hats, scarves, like anything that can be knitted. I'm sure that's what they had at the fashion show. But she said there was tons of denim. So I saw this yarn, that Sunseeker yarn, and I thought it was so pretty because there's a ton of denim colors. Beautiful. Goes from like a sort of a dark medium color right through
to a
light
to a real,
white,
almost acid wash.
Yeah, and so I thought I'm making the same.
And I don't know if you can see here, if you can see
There's
the oh, there you
stellina.
can see the stellina in it.
Stellina is in it, and it's
got
blue.
it's got
It's
a
like
nice sort of bluey green, sort of a teal almost.
Yeah,
teal.
stellina in like a blue, and I know because Amanda, the yarn
Loves her-
enabler, she loves
her
stellina.
sparkle.
And I'm with her on that. I love stellina. And to have a color one that's not like silver or gold, like I said, this is like a blue-green teal sort of color.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
nice.
really nice.
And I just think this is, rather than just a scarf, it's almost like a piece of jewelry.
Yes.
You know? So anyway, you can see, oh my gosh, just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So
and
I
who
really
needs
like that.
Who needs a necklace when you've got a fabulous
scarf
around your neck, right?
So anyway,
yeah.
I'm about halfway through that.
Yep.
And it knits up really quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm using, this is my, I think it's supposed to be for DPNs, but
you can use it for the, you can use it for circulars too.
I'm using it
From
on my
Zigzag
circulars
Stitches.
from Zigzag Stitches. It's a really cool little thing that she's done. So I got this at the
Knitters Frolic in
Knitters
Toronto.
Frolic in Toronto. I think that was back like the end of March or April or something.
I got one too.
Yes, and they're just so fun. When I first used this, I was
love it.
I don't remember what I was making, but I was using the DPNs, and I just stuck them in, and I thought, oh my god, this is so brilliant. I don't know why anybody didn't think of this before.
I know,
but I
really,
just think it's so brilliant. So I put these, these are like 3.5 millimeter needles, and I just stick them in underneath where the pop. The snap is.
Yeah.
Keeps it in place. I don't have to worry about it coming off the needle, and I can just stick the whole thing in my bag. So I am just loving this. I use it whenever I can.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that.
And I've got my little Notions bag with my little mermaids on it, and this was I got at the
You got that at the Frolic.
At the Frolic as well. This is from Bling Your String.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought that one, and I bought this one with all the little monkeys, and this one came with a little monkey. I'm using it right now. You can't see it. This is another one that I got there, but a little monkey progress keeper.
Yeah.
So, and this actually it's more of a stitch marker because the progress keepers have the little clip, but this is one that I bought there, and it's a little. This is another one that I bought, and it's a little panda. To remind my youngest son absolutely loves panda.
Yeah.
Not that he's not a baby; he's 25,
Yes.
so he's not little, and he's 6'5". So, but he's got his pandas. He loves his pandas
since he was little.
Since he was a kid.
You know,
he's got
most
this
kids
thing.
they have like a favorite animal, you know, as they're growing up, and he's very loves animals and stuff. So, yeah. That's why.
If you hear the dogs barking, that's why.
That's why.
It's his. That's him.
His and his girlfriend. They each have one.
Yeah.
So the other thing I'm working on is something that I started ages ago. So this is, as you can see, I really like pink. I have it in my hair. This beautiful fuchsia color. Thank you to my wonderful hairdresser.
To Jason, thank you.
And so I got started on this quite a while ago. And if you can, I hope you can see it. It's a beautiful pink, and it's linen stitch. Now, linen stitch generally is used for like placemats and table covering
and some
things.
scarves and things. Yeah.
So I got started on this, and the reason I did is I'm going to show you this. I'm using two sort of lace weight strands. Sheila loves working with small needles.
She hates it.
Anything lower than a 4 millimeter drives me insane because I feel like I'm not getting anything done. But so I had separately purchased these two different pink yarns. And so I thought, well, if I hold them together.
Do you have the skeins there?
I have, because we wrapped it all in one big ball.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. Now the sad thing is I'm doing it on.
She forgot where she was, so now I have to check it out
so
and figure out where she is.
I did it on 7 millimeters because I wanted it to be, as you can see, I wanted it to be very light and very so the way it's wrapped.
Yeah,
because it's going to be a scarf. I want it to be really drapey. So I used the big needles with this very lightweight.
It's just so soft.
It's so soft. But as you can see, I left it on these huge needles for far too long. And I forgot where I was, and I started it, and it's like, okay, there's something wrong in there. I think I have to take it back.
Yeah, so we'll have to take it back. We'll figure it out.
And as I just basically cast it on. I thought, oh, this seems like a nice narrow. I wanted it to be really narrow and like wrap and wrap and wrap.
Like narrow and long, so you can wrap and wrap.
Yes, and it's silky, and I don't know what the two are. I know one of them we actually got at Nitka, which is out in Mississauga.
Yeah, we actually took a trip out there. That was like a year ago or so.
Yeah. So, oh yes, no, I did remember to bring them. So one is fine silk. No, one is fine silk from Nitka.
Yes.
It's 100% silk. And it doesn't actually have a color name. It's color number 309000. 4 zeros after that. So anyway, as you know, I like pink, so I saw that and I had to have it, even though I was foolishly thinking, what am I going to do with the lace weight? And then the other one I got is this Malabrigo Baby Silk Paca.
Yes, I have something in that.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful.
I have this one.
70% baby alpaca, 30% silk. Mm-hmm. And the color of this is called Light of Life. Now, one of them is a very bright pink, and the other one is sort of a peachy pink. And I know you would never see it on the screen here, but together they make this really lovely. It's still bright, but the peachy pink seems to nicely bring down that brightness of the pink.
Yeah.
And it really makes it, not a blush, but it kind of makes it a more wearable pink, I think, for just about anybody.
Yeah, make it more closer to a neutral pink.
Yes. Yeah.
I know. My silk paca is this gorgeous purple gray.
Yeah.
That I'm making a shawl out of.
Again, with the lacy stuff.
And this is the Zarzamora 863 colorway.
Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so light. Like when you knit.
Yeah, this pattern is very. It's my first time ever doing this pattern. You sort of gain an extra stitch, and it stays on the needle so that you don't have to pick up all the needles.
This way.
You knit it back and forth this way, but then when you get to the end, you start knitting it lengthwise. You start going back and forth doing the short rows and that, so you don't have to pick up all of those stitches. So this is how it gets done.
Yeah.
And that pattern is, if I can, I've got it here, is, it's called Regina Marie by Sarah Birch.
It's so pretty.
So that's what I'm doing.
And that yarn is going to be really, really nice.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's doing very nicely for me. I'm quite enjoying working with it. So, but I haven't done it in a while, but I'm one of these people, I am like crazy, like keeping all track of my rows.
Yeah.
Because
because she does that, she actually went out and got a bunch of Post-it notes.
So
for me, she went and she got me this really nice bright yellow, and she also got me a nice bright green. It's sort of like the color of her top. These beautiful lined Post-it notes that she got for me, and as you can see, I'm using it. This is I'm tracking the number of rows.
But I like lots of Post-it notes. This is one of my favorite. We got this when we went to the garden show last year. I got these ones.
Yes, I got the same ones because they were just.
You heard it here first. I thought it was adorable. But then I also like snowmen, so I got these cute little snowman one with a pad, a regular pad, and a pen to go with it. So.
Oh, that's cute.
I've got little heart-shaped Post-it notes. I'm crazy. I've got a thing for stationery.
A whole bunch of little yellow, just the traditional little yellow ones.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And what are we drinking? Water, coffee. It's the middle of the afternoon. So,
yes. It's funny because I just arrived out here. and driving. So Sheila has the 2 dogs with her. Like her son has a dog and his girlfriend has a dog. And although I like animals, if they're other people's, the same way I feel about children, I'm terribly allergic to any fur-bearing animal. So I always have to take an antihistamine. Now, I've tried different brands, and I know I specifically look to make sure it says non-drowsy, but for some reason, I always feel sleepy when I take one. So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I just have to keep trying different brands. But so Sheila, I was just so tired when I got here. Sheila said, "I'll make you a coffee."
Yeah,
so, which is good.
Coffee.
Yeah, I had a big drink of water, and then now I've got coffee.
Oh, I was gonna take this down. One of my finished objects.
Oh yes. So I'll get that. You
get. That's one of my I just finished that. I just took it off from blocking.
Yes, it's
just
so
this
nice.
morning. So this is the Like a Leaf on the Wind shawl.
Yes.
And I just finished this, and this is the yarn I got when I was down in Florida in April at a store called Picasso's Moon, and she dyed this yarn.
It's gorgeous.
It's all it's hand dyed. She also does some hand spinning as well, and I don't know. I think she had a like quoted under it. A different name, a name, something about under Picasso's Moon or something like that.
Yeah, but that's what mine says.
We think it looks like, to us, I'm looking at the bright orange with the bit of black and that, and I'm going, I think of a Greek omelet.
Yeah.
With the egg and the black olives, and there's like a hint of green. Some of it where the black and yellow meat sort of makes a green, so I'm going sort of maybe like a bit of green pepper or something like that.
Yeah.
So to me that looks like eggs, like. So
yes,
but yeah, so that's
beautiful. It's a soft, and this is a really cool pattern.
It's a super wash, so
it's kind of longer on one side than the other.
It's longer and narrower, and there's 2 options to this pattern, and you can put a hole slit, and then you knit like about 5 rows around it in that, and so you can, or I think it's done in this side, and then you can actually put this through so that you don't have to tie it. It gives you another option of wearing it, but I chose not to do it. And I also chose not to put the picot edging on the top, because you can do that as well. But I did that stretchy bind off that I like, and feel that. That's a really good stretchy bind off. That is nice,
because I find sometimes when you work...
Sometimes I've done stretchy ones, and I still find that they're a little tight. This one's got a really good give to it.
That turned out really well.
But I really like it. It just, the more and more it got done, it was like, oh, I love this. So
it's soft and squishy, and you just know it's going to be nice and warm, and you're going to love wearing it.
It's going to be lovely, so that's going to be going in the shop soon. Yeah. But so I finished that.
So, well, I have...
Do you have an acquisition?
No, what I have is an almost finished, so I guess it's what is it, half finished object. And again, this is also from Picasso's Moon.
I gave her this. I picked some yarns out just for
Picasso's Moon. So this yarn is so incredibly soft. And so Picasso's Moon is a shop in which part of Florida?
Sarasota.
In Sarasota, Florida. Again, the woman, she has a Facebook page, and she's on Instagram.
Yes.
So you can find her.
She does do some hand spinning, but she does a lot of hand painted yarns.
Yes, and so this, as you can see, has all the lovely pinks and roses that I just really love.
Yeah.
So I just did
seed
stitch on this, and there wasn't a ton, but I found this pattern. And so what I'm supposed to do is sew it here, just sew along.
Yes, like so from the edge this way.
The long edge, this short edge along the long edge here, and that's going to give a really nice look to it.
Sort of,
and then to finish it off, I'm supposed to put a couple of buttons along. And so I found, because this has such really cute, like little splashes of yellow,
that sort of yellowy
green. And I found these buttons at our local yarn shop. Yeah. And I thought, oh my gosh, these are so funky cool. So I'm just going to put these on to make it, because they're just decorative. They're not functional.
Not functional, yeah.
But just to kind of give it, really make those reds and pinks pop, and to pull out that little flash of yellow every now and then. So I thought that was really cool. I think it's going to sew nice. I've put off finishing it just partly because it's for me, and there are other things that I
Yeah.
want to get going on.
I know.
And partly because it's incredibly hot right now.
Yes.
So
I
we're
know.
coming
It's hard
from
to think of that.
we're in Sheila's home, and we're about 45 minutes east of Toronto, and it's very well. Today it's up.
It's well, the thermometer upstairs said it was 25 outside.
So the sun seems to be
And that's
really
not in the
hot.
sun. That's in the shade. So
Yeah. And 25 Celsius. So
Yeah.
if you're in the U.S., that's probably like 72,
High 70s.
75.
no, that's higher.
No,
Yeah.
because 28 is 82.
So 25
Yeah.
would be in the high 70s. It's
Yeah.
probably like 77 around there.
So that's what it is. But the sun just feels very intense right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's far too warm to be wearing a scarf outside, and this is
And really, my office is in the basement, so it's nice and cool,
It's nice and cool down here.
So we're
Yeah.
quite comfortable.
so we're
down
very
here.
comfortable. Yes.
But anyway, so we can talk about a few of our acquisitions.
Yes.
We had on Friday and Saturday last weekend was the Durham Region Yarn Crawl. There were
So we both live in Durham Region. We're
Yes.
about 25 minutes drive away from each other.
yeah. So there was one that there was several stores, Uxbridge, Port Perry. We didn't get to those ones. There was another one just north in Myrtle. It's called
Myrtle
in
Station.
Myrtle Station,
Yeah.
and we didn't get to that one. We were going to go Friday. We had things to do Saturday, so we weren't able to participate on it for the Saturday. So we did this Friday stuff, and we
Yeah.
only, because of some stuff that happened here at the house with my
Yeah.
son's girlfriend's dog, we had
Yes.
some emergency stuff we had to deal with
Yes.
with that. So we only got to 2 stores. We got to the Knit Cabin in Ajax,
Yes, which was a place that-
phenomenal. It was our
Yes.
first time ever. Loved meeting the lady there.
Yes. She
Fabulous.
Yeah, we had first met her at, was it the Knitters Frolic or the
KW last year, the Kitchener-Waterloo Fiber Festival.
Yes. So that was
Or
last
Knitters Guild or something like that. They had a big
fall?
fiber thing. That's in September.
September. So it was last September. I
Yeah.
think she went there as a
It
vendor.
was her first time there.
And so she was handing out, and I was
Her cards and things like that.
so pleased because it's very near where I am.
It's still like 20 minutes
It's
from you
about
at
a 20-minute drive.
because
But,
it's like way north.
but where I live, there are no yarn stores other
Yeah.
than, like a Michael's or something. But to get the really
Yarns that
nice
we
yarns
really
that
like
we
to
love
work
working
with,
with, we
yeah.
love working with
Yeah.
like pure fibers,
Yes.
not synthetic fibers.
Yeah.
So
I always say there's a place for synthetic,
but
and I will use them for certain items,
things.
but no, we
Yeah,
we like the good stuff.
we prefer really
we
nice.
want the good stuff.
Yes. So we made a point of going to her place.
Yes.
And like Sheila said, it was amazing the stuff
Yes.
she carried, and it's such a cute the way she set it up. It's she has.
She has a farm.
a
It's like they
farm,
live on a
essentially.
farm, and they have this small. I call it. It's almost like a granny cottage at
Yes.
the back of their
A really
near the
sweet
back of their
cottage.
house property.
And just really nice. She
Yes.
had Sweet Georgia. She carried.
Oh my gosh, what was some of the other ones? She
Shalimar.
had Shalimar, and she also had. Oh my gosh, there was some that we didn't. Where did I put that? I had.
Anyway,
I
she
bought
had-
this. I'm going to do socks for my husband. I'm not a big
Yeah.
sock knitter. I've just started doing socks, but I got some of this. The Regia. It's the 6-ply sock, and it's
Schachenmeyer.
Scheckenmeyer. Yeah,
Scheckenmeyer.
it's the blue zone color that. Well, it doesn't look blue. It's all black with a bit of red in there, black gray with a bit of red.
Yeah.
Which I thought for my husband would be perfect because he's not into the funky stuff. I am.
Yeah.
He's not. And then I got this is from a local Ajax dyer, and it's called Mythic Yarn. She's Mythic Yarn. Her Ravelry ID is Mythic Yarn. I don't know if you could, but that's her thing. And this is she calls this one Friday I'm in Love Persephone. So that was, and it's this beautiful purple with these little flecks of pink in it. And I just, I'm just going to, and there's 400 yards in here. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's a figuring out something. 70% merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. So it's so soft and squishy.
It's got cashmere.
It's squishy. I know. It's so soft.
Ooh, that's so nice and squishy.
Yarn beard.
Yeah. So, and I, from Knit Cabin, I got this Debbie Bliss cotton denim DK. Again, I love DK because I don't have to use anything lower than a 4. But again, I was thinking about what Vicki Howell had said, and I can see that, again, it was this beautiful denim color. So this is the one that I got. And I'm not really familiar with working with cotton. It's been quite a number, probably about 30 years since I've made anything with cotton in it. But as I said, we're getting into the really warm weather right now, and I thought this would be really comfortable to actually work with. So this is, it's just called Color 4. But there were different shades of it.
There was a darker one and a lighter one. So we thought that the medium one would be better.
Colors as well.
Yes, but for the denim colors, there was the 3 colors, a dark, a medium, and a light.
Yeah.
And then we also, and from there, we went to the Knitterary in Whitby.
Yes.
Which is now on the main street.
Yes.
And it used to be just up off of the main street in the little greenhouse, I think it used to be called, the Knitterary, and it was the little greenhouse. I know, they're so good. And, but it's so much brighter now in this storefront. It seemed a little, it was bright, but it just seemed claustrophobic in the other one, but now it seems a lot more open and bright in that. And you picked up some stuff there too.
Yeah, that yarn that I was showing you what I'm working on right now.
That one, yes.
Yes, that's what I bought.
Yeah,
with the little
I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything there, but I have bought stuff there before. I do like the store. That it's nice checking out all the different yarn stores, because a lot of them carry, like, they'll carry some Malabrigo, and they'll carry like Barocco, and
sometimes Debbie Bliss.
A lot of Debbie Bliss. Like some of them will carry like the angel. What's it? Her angel hair one, the really fine merino or fine mohair.
Yeah, and sometimes they carry that cashmerino stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
they had the baby cash. They had the Debbie Bliss baby cashmerino at the Knitterary.
So depending what you're looking for, you can, if you know kind of the brands that your yarn stores carry, you can usually find something. Yeah. Because often one will carry something and another one won't. And so it's great that way, because there's so many options out there.
Yes. Yeah, so many options, because I know we bought, where was it? They had, the Madeline Tosh. We do like Madeline Tosh. We've got that. But we've gotten a lot from Georgian Bay Fiber Company.
Yes.
And she's like north. Obviously,
so
Georgian Bay.
She lives in Georgian Bay.
And she names all her yarns out of local, like the colors of them are all local plants or rocks or water areas. Yeah. In the Georgian Bay area.
Yeah, so even if you're not familiar with Georgian Bay, I mean, I've never been there that I'm aware of.
I don't think I've been there. If I did, I was really small.
But it's really great, because she explains what the color... why she's named it this, and kind of what it means to the local area. Yeah. And so you kind of learn a little bit about the area, and then you see she often has a sort of a mood board type of picture. Yeah. Or photo that she will share.
Like this is
So here's I did something in her something called Wakefield Lilac, and it was this beautiful lilac color, and but just her story about walking along a street and where there were a lot of these really old lilac in bloom, and the scent and everything. You start to fall in love with the colors. I mean, the colors are gorgeous.
Nice having the story behind it,
but the story is really fun.
Because this is one of the ones I've bought from Aspen Valley Fawn. And it's such a nice, I love the tonal. Yes. And this one that I had, RMS Coal, so it's obviously just black, very black. But I have a bunch. I have these blue ones here are it as well. I got 2 of these, and this is Carrington Winter Sky. So, and it's a lovely tonal blue. Yes, and then you get the light.
You can really see.
There's some darker patches.
It matches your nail polish too.
I know. Woohoo! But yeah, it's quite tonal. It's mostly light, but you get the odd bit that's a little lighter and some that's a little darker.
Yeah.
So just slightly shaded differently.
It's
like
got
right
that
there, you
really
can kind of
nice,
see how it's a little darker than that.
Not really an overcast winter sky, but
No,
you can kind
but
of get
it's not that bright.
Not the bright like on a
sky.
day like
Yeah.
today where it's sunny and the sky is just
Yeah.
bright blue.
Yeah. So
So-
I've got other stuff too, but
Yeah.
we've got so much.
We've got so much.
These
Our
are
stash
mine.
is
This
crazy.
I remember getting this at the first KW we went to. This is French Angora. Ooh. And I have a black one too. I'm going, I'm making something for me.
Yeah.
What? I don't know,
Yeah.
because I only have one ball of each, but
Yeah.
it's like, I'm really looking for it. But your nose gets so itchy working with it. It's got such a halo to it.
Yeah.
Look at the halo to it. It's just amazing. But I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. So soft, so cushy, and ooh.
Yeah.
But yes, and one of the things you'll notice, we haven't mentioned anything about making sweaters because we don't do
We don't
sweaters.
do sweaters. If I were to ever make a sweater, it would be for myself.
Yeah.
Because, and there are some, there are women in our knit night
They make them
circle.
all the time, and they do
And
such a wonderful
Oh.
job. But I just don't have the patience. I'll do a baby sweater. That's different because it's a little tiny thing.
Yes.
But for no,
Yeah.
not happening my size.
There are a couple of women, and they know they've been able to figure out how to
Adjust the patterns to them.
specifically to them, so the sweaters fit just beautifully.
Yeah.
I want to get to that, but I need to kind of get a few things out of the way before
I know.
I'm able to focus on doing that. So
I know.
hopefully
We do
one
some
day.
we do some funny stuff that
Yeah.
way. We all have our things.
Yeah.
Some people really, and socks. So many people were talking about socks. That's why I said I'm going to actually. So I did 2 pairs of socks.
Yes.
Within 2 weeks. I actually knit 2 pairs of socks, and I taught myself magic loop by watching the YouTube video. So I was so happy about that. I knit a pair of socks for each of my daughter-in-laws. So I've done those. They're both on my Ravelry page, so you can have a look at.
Yes.
If not, well, maybe if we can figure out the editing, we will put a little picture of them up here and you can see them. So, but one was like this neon yellow.
Mhm.
It was just, I loved that yarn. It was just amazing.
It was amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. It's in here in this is my cozy memory blanket like everybody else is doing. This is what I have. This is a piece I have left. This was the color of her socks.
Yeah,
And then
we
the
can't
other-
even get it to come up
yeah.
because it just glows. Even
It
on
does.
the
It
screen.
just glows. And this was the other color I did for my one daughter. Yeah, these ones I did the Flegel heel sock, and this one I did the Hermione's everyday sock in this one, and she got plum colored toes because I couldn't figure out how to make the whole heel plum, and I saw somebody's and I realized how I can do that. So I'm actually going to make a pair of another Hermione's everyday sock for Kim, for Alan's girlfriend.
Yeah. All
Because
three
she
of the
absolutely
daughters-in-law they love Harry Potter.
fans, yeah.
Yeah.
But Kim and Patty are like crazy Harry Potter fans. So,
Yeah.
what can I say?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but they're all good girls, so.
Yeah. Well deserving of a pair of handmade socks.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They know that they have to be careful with them. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that is it for
I
today.
think so too. I enjoyed doing this. I
was fun.
was a little nervous, but
Yeah.
I did enjoy it very much.
We'll
so.
see. Yeah, we'll see if we actually edit anything. We're going to see about maybe adding head titles. So we will see. We will see. We have to figure that out because we're just, this is all a learning part of our journey.
Yes.
So anyways, until next time, hopefully there'll be a number 2 and we'll see you later, and happy knitting everyone and positive thoughts out there.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.